Hey everybody, welcome and thank you for joining tonight's 29th of April 2015 webinar at 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm just going to start this off by just doing a quick audio check. Please let me all know if you can hear me okay, if the audio is coming through fine. Let me know how that's going. Brilliant, fantastic. And I'm also just going to share my screen. So please, again, just let me know if the screen's coming through okay. Just going to get rid of these things. Let me just quickly check that just to see how things are going. Perfect, yeah. Hey Liz, it's great to see you. Jason, it's good to see you. John, William, both Johns, that is. It's good to see you all. Thank you very much for that. So it's another Q&A webinar this evening for Magic Submitter. The way the Q&As work is you ask the questions and I answer them. So Nisha, I see that you've just posted a question in there, but just before I speak about that, I would just like to encourage everybody, make sure that you are posting questions in the chat box, and I will do my best over the next hour to get as many of them answered as I possibly can. I really appreciate you all coming along, as always. So thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule for that. James from RR here, I'm stalking you. No, that's cool, James. It's good to see you here. It's always good. I just saw your message from on Facebook as well, so I'll get back to you regarding that shortly, James. Congratulations on your rankings, by the way. That's absolutely amazing. In fact, James, have you got your microphone there? Just let me know whether you've got a mic. Looking to use MS to speed the time up. Hold on, okay. I find quite a bit of competition in local SEO. I would like to try to break into the reputation business. How can I use MS to do that? Okay, fantastic. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to start off with Nisha's couple of questions, and then I'll come to that in a few seconds. Nisha has asked, please show us where the citation video is placed in members area. Okay, what I'm going to have to do is let me just see if I can find that real quick. I covered it in, I don't think it was the last webinar. I think it was the one before that. But let me just quickly check. Understanding citations. In the search bar in magicsubmitter.com magicsubmitter.com/training. In the search bar at the top, if you type in citations, it should teach you how to use those. Just bear with me 1 second, and let me just quickly see how that goes. Yeah, so this is a complete feature training that David Sprague did, I believe, and he goes through exactly how to do that in those videos. This is a standalone procedure for ranking in Google My Business. Magic Submitter can set up citation sites, so I definitely recommend that you go and watch that. And what I'll do is just copy this and I'll paste it to you in the chat box, so you'll have the link directly to that video. Let me just hopefully the best thing for you to do is just to watch back over that again. But again, just magicsubmitter.com/training, stick citations in there and do a search. How can we save all the data we have created so far, like accounts, links, etc.? Okay, I've made a bit of an error today, I think. Let me just quickly check to see if this is a newer machine. Let me just check to see if I've actually installed Magic Submitter on it yet. I don't think I've got Magic Submitter on this machine just yet. So let me just, I should have thought about that before I, just bear with me 1 second whilst I adjust. I'm just going to get that on there because it's probably going to help So I'll come back and answer this question in a few minutes. And let me just move on to the other ones that I can answer without showing magic and then come back to that one. After how many months we should submit the links to Backlinks Indexer? I mean, realistically, you could wait 7 days with Backlinks Indexer or 14 days. I wouldn't leave it months and months. I mean, at most, it would probably be about 30 days, but 15 days or 7 days should be absolutely fine. I think the default in Magic is set to 7 days. So, you know, you can just leave it at that and just let it take care of it. If you're noticing your indexing rates aren't so high, just make sure that you use second tier backlinks. So, you know, if you've got your blog node at the top, make sure that you have your bookmarks underneath. And let me just open up, whilst I'm waiting for that, I'll just open up Paint, just so I can show that. So the tiered link building in Magic, when you put in your campaign templates together, let's just say that this at the top is your money site. And then underneath that, you might have your blogs. And if you want to try and get really good indexing rates, what you can do is you can maybe put some bookmarks to those blogs to make sure the blogs are definitely getting found. If you're going to use pligs, make sure that you're only using PR1+. You could also put bookmarks to it, and you might also add RSS feeds. By doing this, you're going to give it a very good shot of getting your blogs indexed. So just make sure that you're doing that. It'll end up working out to be a cheaper option than Backlinks Indexer. You definitely still should be using Backlinks Indexer, but you know, maybe you only want to send your first tier links through to them rather than the second tier, and use the second tier just to help power up your first tier links. Hopefully that answers that one for you. After how many months? No, I'll just answer. My MS keeps giving me the message that Internet Explorer has stopped working. The problem caused the program to stop working correctly. I'm not using Internet Explorer for very much at all, actually, and I think that my Magic Submitter on my other machine, I've disabled Internet Explorer, and it runs through Firefox. So you might consider doing that. Disable, set Firefox as being your default app to open links, and if you do that, then hopefully that'll get rid of that error for you. If you are still getting that error after you do that, then I would really consider speaking to tech support. That's definitely something that you should add Alex Krulik to Skype. His Skype is Krulik. Add him to Skype, explain what the issue is. The best thing for you to do is when you see that, take a screenshot of it and send it to him in Skype, and he'll get that sorted for you. Or you could email him, and his email is o.krulik@gmail.com. Okay, but these technical support ones, really, there's nothing I can do to fix those. I just work with the software. That'll be down to Alex or the tech team to get that sorted for you. Can we copy and paste set of nodes under another node in the template? Like we have set. Hold on, just bear with me 1 second. Let me kickstart this. Okay, like we have a set of nodes we want to go under a first tier node. How do we do it? Okay, you don't copy and paste nodes. What you do is, let's just go back to this example here again. When you go into the campaign designer at the end of the wizard, you're given two options. You can either just open campaign designer or run campaign. Go in, choose just open campaign designer, and then what I can do is, let's say I wanted to have another plig node. I don't know, maybe I wanted to, or RSS, maybe I wanted to send some RSS to my bookmarks. What I would do is I would right click on that RSS once it was linked, and I would choose add item to submit. Okay, hopefully this will start up in a few minutes, but right click it, attach submit item it's called, sorry. And then if you look at the top of your magic submitter, you'll see the submit items and you'll be able to choose which one you want. I'm just going to pause my screen and sharing just for 1 second. Hopefully that's right. But yeah, right click, attach submit item, and then right at the very top you should see a box pop up. Choose RSS, or it should pick RSS by default, and then it'll just pre-populate that one for you. But you do that by right clicking attach submit item. Let me just quickly come back. I wish I'll probably come in and show you this once it's installed the database. I'm not waiting for it because, as you probably remember, it takes a little while to load everything up first time. Can we copy and paste the set of nodes? We've already done that one. What is the new thing Google has imposed that your site has to be mobile compliance or you will be penalized? Google said that they was implementing something called mobile geddon, and that basically was if your site wasn't mobile friendly, you was going to get slapped by Google. You was going to suffer in rankings as a result. Up to now, the ranking seems to be largely unaffected. That doesn't mean that something won't happen or it's still rolling out. However, the update was supposed to have gone live 8 days ago, and there's not been much of a storm about it at all. I mean, just from a conversion point of view, if your sites aren't mobile friendly, it's very possible that people come into your website won't like it very much, especially if they're on a mobile device. So it's worth making sure they are mobile friendly. Here's the link to it. You just go to Google, type in mobile friendly test, and it will come up. And you just put a URL in there, and it will tell you whether that site passes the mobile friendly test or not. If your site's not, you can think about getting a responsive design or a mobile friendly design. If you're on WordPress, you could install a plugin called WP Touch, and that will just give you a very basic text-only version of your website as the mobile version, and then it will pass Google's rules. Let me just quickly check to see what else there is. Sorry, I'm late to the meeting. That's all right, John, no problem at all. Yep, so you can see here, this one's passed the mobile friendly test. That's good because that's my own website, so I'd expect it to. But yeah, so just check. If it's not mobile friendly, you can found to get it sorted. Okay, I would like to try to break into the reputation business. How can I use MS to do that? Okay, this is how you can use MS to do that. Let's say, for example, let me just file new. Just get rid of that box. Let's just say, for example, this is the first page of results. Whoops. Let's use the right. So this is the first page of the Google results. And up here, in position number 1, is an article for your client saying, do not trust X, Y, Z company. Okay? And when anybody goes to Google, when they do a search for XYZ company, this listing is coming up number 1. Obviously, we don't want that at all. The way that you would use Magic Submitter in this case is you could create other properties for your client. So you might create a WordPress blog, which could be XYZ company .wordpress.com. Stick some content on there about it, and then because this is not your money site, and it's considered to be a trusted site with good domain authority, what you could do is put some decent content on there, and then use Magic Submitter to build campaigns to xyzcompany.wordpress.com, with the hope that you're eventually going to push that to the number 1 spot, which means do not trust XYZ company would move down to position number 2. Okay, so you just run magic campaigns at that. And you could also create them a Facebook page. And that Facebook page might be just facebook.com/XY. And I keep saying Z, I'm English. It's XYZ company. XYZ company. And again, exactly the same thing. You would put some posts, etc. on there. You'd SEO optimize that, and then you'd just run magic submitter campaigns at that with the intention of moving that to the 1 or 2 position and therefore pushing that one even further down. And eventually what you can do is you can push these reviews off the first page of Google by creating so much other content and then throwing magic submitter campaigns at it to try and outrank it, that when somebody searches, you're not going to get rid of this link altogether, this one at the top. It won't be gone altogether, but you might be able to bury it on page 2 or page 3 of Google just by throwing so much other stuff above it. Typical things that you could manually create for your client, if you were to do reputation management, would be a Facebook page, Yelp, not Yelp pages. They rank well because you put the company name in there. You've got WordPress, Tumblr, LiveJournal. Basically, there's a large number of these that you can use to do that. You can get a YouTube video. Again, just title the YouTube video in the company name and throw some campaigns at it. You've obviously got their website that you can try and promote. You might want to be a little bit careful on the types of campaigns, if any, that you go firing at your website. You know, you really, really, really want to be quite selective over the links that you want to put there. Definitely don't go blasting campaigns at your site on a large scale. Otherwise, you're going to end up getting problems with it. But here's the deal. If you want to rank your website, the same kind of scenario will happen, you know, because what you can do is the Facebook page is obviously going to be linking to the website. So's the Yelp, so's the WordPress, so's the Tumblr, so's the LiveJournal. The YouTube videos will be linking. As a result of that, when you're chucking lots and lots of magic submitter campaigns at those things, it's almost like they become your first tier links. And then obviously the power of those is going to keep increasing and your website will move up in the search results as a result of doing that. So, yeah, that's how you could use magic submitter to do reputation management. Let me just quickly check, find out. Will, I think it was you that just asked that question. Let me just quickly check to make sure that you fully understand that, and if you've got any other questions. What about putting a bunch of link spun? What about putting a bunch of links spun in the money site? What about putting a bunch of links spun in the money site? I'm just asking. I'm not sure what you're asking there exactly. What about putting a bunch of links spun in the money site? Are you talking about on the first page of the campaign wizard where it says put your URLs in there? In there it's the money site URL. It asks for the money site URL and then it's got next to it spinnable. To be fair, I don't really like putting lots of spun ones in there. I prefer to do one campaign per URL. So I'll create a campaign and blast it at my Facebook page. I'll create a Facebook campaign and blast it at my Yelp page. Separate campaigns. It just then makes it easier for me to be able to control the link velocity, you know, because it's completely random otherwise. What could potentially happen is you end up with more links to Facebook than anywhere else. And, you know, it's just easier if I say, okay, I've got a campaign that's going to build 500 links and they're all going to go straight to my Facebook page. And I'm going to do that over a 10 or 15-day period. Then I know exactly where I'm at in terms of links, link velocity, quality of links and everything else. With it being completely random, if you was to spin all of these and do one campaign, if you're still going to build the same number of links, but it'll be that number of links divided by how many money sites there are. So for example, if I was to have 10 money site URLs, I'd end up with 100 links per URL if the campaign built 1,000 links. Now, if I needed 1,000 links to rank, I'm just going to have to still build 10 campaigns. So, it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other in that respect. You could spin all of your money site URLs and do 10 campaigns like that, or you could do 10 separate campaigns. Let me just quickly check to see what else is coming in. And if I miss any of your questions, please make sure that you post them again. That'd be really good to see. Many of the clients are already holding prominent positions thanks to MS. Now I'm continuing to use MS for maintenance. Which service are safe to use in campaigns for an already established site? If the campaign's already established, I wouldn't be sending many more links to it for maintenance purposes, to be completely fair. I'd switch gears and focus on their social media. And purely and simply because if they've got rankings, there's a very good chance that they've now got clients. And if they've got clients, the quickest and easiest way for you to get them even more clients is to get your mentality of the company you're working with to start socially engaging with them. I don't know, if it's a restaurant you're working with, you could get your restaurant to say, hey, like us on Facebook and we'll give you a free cup of coffee. Here's our Facebook page, or, scan this, do that. And then basically what'll happen as a result of that is they'll get more people in Facebook. Then you can run competitions on the Facebook page and say, we're going to give away a free meal to everybody who shares us and says how great we are. As a result of that, their page is going to go out to lots more people. They'll be picking up more likes. They'll be picking up more visitors to their website. Google will see that there's more time on site, more people visiting as a result of them being on the first page of Google. Although it's not a direct correlation, they're now on the first page of Google. They're getting more visitors to their website. People seem to be sticking around for a little while. Social media is talking about them. That's how you're going to keep their rankings to sustain them. Okay, so I would switch gears and say, okay, if it's a business where it's more business to business, now we've got you on the first page of Google. Let's start asking your businesses for testimonials and reviews to make sure that your page is converting better. Let's make sure that we're giving people ways to connect with us on LinkedIn. If they are connecting with us on LinkedIn, make sure that we're reaching out to them. So you just switch gears, rather than just doing that. And that's potentially another sale for you. Hey, now we've achieved what we set out to. Here's what we could be focusing on next. What's the point of getting all these visitors to your website if they're just being wasted? Oh, look, you're not collecting email addresses. Why don't we set up a sales funnel? Why don't we set up an autoresponder? There's all that type of marketing. And that's how I like to keep my clients on board for a long time. Even when I'm done with ranking their keywords, there's still plenty of stuff you can be doing for them. I do have some questions, but firstly, some food for thought. I went away on holiday for 2 weeks and switched MS off just to see if there was any difference. My rankings fell dramatically. I, of course, switched it on as soon as I returned, but they have never quite recovered. Okay. That could just purely be a coincidence that they fell dramatically. I'd be interested to know at what time that was to happen, John. When about your rankings dropped dramatically. It could have been in direct correlation with a Google update. It could be that they changed their on-page SEO algorithm slightly, for example. It could also be the fact that the website was quite new and it was benefiting from a new site boost in rankings that then stopped. There could be a whole host of reasons. So I'd be interested to know a little bit more about that. So my first question, I am currently running for one website, 2 campaigns a month. I am tempted to increase it to 3. What do you think? Based on the previous post that you just said about the fact that your rankings dropped and have never quite recovered, I'd be interested to know when you say that you're running for one website, 2 campaigns a month, and tempted to increase to 3. Let me know what the niche is, and let me know if it's that site that's just dropped. You might just be going too fast and causing your site to go into an algorithmic penalty. Wait, just bear with me 1 second. No, I mean after we submit to the first time, after that, how do we need to do it again? Once you've run a Magic Submitter campaign, if you want to do another campaign, you just need to go back through the campaign wizard again. You can't copy sites over it. It doesn't like copy campaigns. It's just a case of going back in. And I mean, it's literally 4 pages of the wizard. Click on the campaign wizard, put in your money site, your keywords, your anchor text, how long you want the campaign to run over. Click next, choose your profile, click next, choose your template, click next. And you're on the last page of Wizard, where you've just got to put in your article. I don't really see the need to copy, like to be able to copy campaigns and then alter anything about it. It'll take just as long to do that as it would to go through the Wizard. A tip that you can do is when you create a campaign, if you spin your anchor text and your keywords, save them in a notepad file, because when you do another campaign to the same URL, the keywords and the anchor text are not going to have changed. So then you just copy and paste it from a notepad file. Okay. Apart from that, there's not really much point in having a copy campaign button. Great, thank you. Next question, if I may. How does MS accommodate for all the new things Google likes? Social links, social signals, Twitter likes. Can it help with any of this? Magic Submitters at the moment purely for link building. Okay, remember that SEO and link building is only 1/3 of the entire SEO strategy. Okay, there's a lot of different things that you need to do. SEO in its simplest form can be broken down into 3 main different parts. So let me just open up a new browser again. SEO literally can be broken down into 3 parts. You've got on-page SEO. And on-page SEO is vitally important. Okay? Some people say that it's backlinks. Some people say that it's social media. Some people say it's reviews. You hear people saying expired domains, PBNs, and everything else. But the #1 ranking factor is on-page SEO, okay? And in brackets, I'm going to say relevance. And I don't care how much somebody wants to argue with me about this. Google's got 1 billion backlinks. They've got about 100 million social media signals. If I go to Google right now and I type in plumber London, I don't see google.com/whatever coming up on the first page of Google as one of the results. And the reason I don't is because Google doesn't have a page that's talking about plumbers in London. If they did, guarantee they will be #1 because they've got such good social media, such good backlinks, etc. However, because they're not relevant, they don't rank. Okay, so you can forget backlinks, you can forget social media. If your site's not relevant, you're absolutely shooting in the dark and you might as well give up. So if you don't know on-page SEO, make sure you learn it. It's really, really important. I really recommend it. Okay, then you've got social media. And I'll ask every single one of you this question. If you went to a pizza restaurant and whilst you were sat down, there was a guy playing a piano and it was some nice tunes and it was your first time there and the waitress recognized that she hadn't seen you before, so she made a fuss over you. She gave you a free appetizer. At the end of the meal, the boss gave you the bill. And when he realized it was your first night, he gave you a free coffee to finish your meal. And then they give you a 20% discount card to come back next time. And let's just say, to be fair, you've had a great evening. Everybody's really sort of spoilt you, made you feel good about yourself. Would you go home and write a 500-word article and post it to your blog telling all your subscribers? Or would you take out your smartphone and tell everyone on Facebook? Let me just ask that. Just write in there a 1 if you'd write a blog post or a 2 if you'd tell everyone on Facebook. And every single person here is saying that they would tell everyone on Facebook. Now, let me tell you this, or think about it like this. Imagine you've got a website and what you're doing right now is you're just blasting links, backlinks at your website, okay? And you're just hammering it or at your social profiles or whatever else, but ultimately you're sending backlink after backlink. Remember what a backlink actually is. A backlink is the equivalent of somebody giving your website a thumbs up in Google to say, you know, I really, really like this website. Now, based on the fact that every single one of you that I asked said you would pull out your smartphone and tell your friends on Facebook if you had a good evening, how weird is it going to look to Google if you've got hundreds and hundreds of backlinks, but nobody has ever once spoken about you on the social platforms? Can you see how that would be really easy to look at that and go, well, actually, that's just strange. Let me just check to make sure that you're all following along with that. Just say, yeah, makes sense, or no, explain it again, I'm confused. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, cool. So, based on this, what a lot of people do, what might do is they come along and they pick up Magic Submitter because they heard that it builds links and they go, wow, this is an answer to prayer. It's absolutely amazing. On-page SEO, I think I know what I'm doing because I bought an ebook from 2006 that I'm gonna pull out of me email, and I'm gonna hope and pray that this stuff's still relevant. So they give themselves a big check mark. Okay, social media, who worries about that stuff anyway? Is you know, so they think to themselves, oh no, I'm not going to bother doing that. Or oh, I've done enough because I've got a Facebook page that I posted to 6 years ago. So they've got a little check mark next to that. And the reason that they're doing that is because they're like, wow, Magic Submitter, kid in a sweet shop, I can build 10,000 backlinks. Okay? So they come in here and they throw 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 campaigns at their website. All of a sudden, they've got 10,000 backlinks, but the social media is non-existent and the on-page is outdated. And Google looks at this and goes, okay, so they're not particularly relevant or they're over-optimized. Nobody's mentioned them on social media and they've got 10,000 backlinks. Does this look like spam? Yes or no? Do you think that Google would like that kind of website? 100% spam. Yep. It really, really, really is just pure spam. Okay? So, Magic Submitter, should you use that to your website? Potentially. Should you be building 10,000 backlinks to your website? Absolutely 100% unequivocally not. Okay? You know, if anything, you might decide to chuck 100 backlinks at it because your competitors have got quite a few referring domains, too many for you to consider. But even then, you know, there's other ways that you could potentially get those same type of backlinks to your website. Okay? For example, manually creating your WordPress.com or your Facebook page or your Twitter page, your LinkedIn page, and doing that and linking those social to your website, along with some competitor backlinks and some high PR blog comments and some niche specific business directories, you know, really, really, really high quality links to your website to protect that money site so that if anything was to happen, it's going to be much more manageable. Think about it like this. If I had a social page and it was Facebook, and you'll have to forgive my my drawings. I'm definitely a better SEO than I am a graphic designer. But let's say this is my Facebook page and I decide to go and blast 1,000 links at my Facebook page. Well, that's not such a bad thing because there's only one link leaving Facebook going, whoops, that's not going to my backlinks. There's only one going to my, let's just say, website over here. One link from Facebook. So what happens if Google gets upset with my Facebook page and decides to de-index it? Well, if that happens, all I need to do is either close down that Facebook page or disavow the link that sits on Facebook, that's coming from Facebook, just to disassociate myself with that, and then all of this horrible spam goes away. If I've got 1,000 links plus links pointing directly to my website, and I get de-indexed by Google because I've made a mistake, I've now got to try and clean up 1,000 different backlinks, which is a lot harder and less contained than chucking the magic links at other social properties, other citations, other niche relevant sites, and really, really, really focusing on the only types of links that point to your website are very, very, very good quality ones. Is that making sense, everyone? Quality backlinks trumps quantity spam. Exactly, 100%. You know, some people do use Magic Submitter directly to their website, and, you know, very, very, very tiny, small campaigns, very, very localized, might be trying to rank for something like plumber, followed by a town, followed by the state abbreviation, you know, not very competitive, not very large towns, hair salons, hairdressers. If you want to start going into something a little bit more meaty, real estate or chiropractors or anything to do with health or wellness or anything where there's a little bit more money to be made, recruitment, anything like that, the only way that you would outrank with Magic Submitter would be to throw volume of links at it. And we know that volume of links with a tool like Magic Submitter can get you de-indexed. Okay, you might be able to duck under the radar with 100 Magic Submitter links, but in a niche as competitive as something like hospitality or recruitment, 100 backlinks is not really going to do much at all. Okay, in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be much more about social and good quality, high domain authority links. And you can build those up and create those high domain authority links yourself manually, and then chuck Magic Submitter at those if you want to. Let me just quickly make sure to see if I've missed any questions at all. Please post those in here. But just to give you clarity on this, on-page SEO, quickest and easiest way for you to find out, let me just ask this question. How many of you have heard my analogy, SEO is like a game of poker? I know some of you have, because some of you are in Ranking Rabbit already, but I just want to quickly check to see. William says no. James says yes. Liz, I've coached you one-on-one. James, you're in Ranking Rabbit. William says no. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people who watch these webinars as well that won't know what I'm talking about. So for the benefit of everyone, I'll just explain it again. And sometimes for those that have already heard it, it's a good idea to hear it again anyway. Because this is the one thing that I want everybody to get firmly cemented in their minds. And it's the way I do my entire SEO strategy. And that is that SEO is nothing more than a game of poker. Think about it like this, yeah? We're in a heads-up match against the web spam team. They're trying to play their best hand to stop us from ranking, and we're trying to play our best hand to outrank them, to get the #1 spot. Okay, so we're playing our cards, they're playing theirs, so let's see who wins this heads-up game. If I was to go to the restroom and I left my cards face up on the table for you to look at in a heads-up game of poker, it would be fair to say you'd be stupid not to look at them. Okay, and I will say that because in a heads-up game, if I left and my cards were there for you to look at and you didn't, well, it's a bit silly, because if you did look at them, you'd be able to play your game of poker better, knowing what cards I was holding. And the disadvantage that Google has is they're forced to show us their top 10 cards every single day. I only need to go to Google right now and put a search in, and it will tell me exactly what Google wants to rank. I just need to look at the top 10 sites that are ranking. If I see that by looking at them, 9 out of the top 10 have got the keyword in the title, and somebody on a forum was to say to me, hey, don't put the keyword in the title anymore, it would be fair for me to say, look, you don't know what you're talking about. Google is showing me something completely different. Okay, are you following along what I'm saying, everyone? So in terms of on-page SEO, we can look at Google as a game of poker. Go and analyze what our competitors are doing. How many of them have got the keyword in the H1 tag? How many of them have got it in the title? How many of them? How many words are they using on page? What's the average keyword density? Okay. Social media. What are our competitors doing? Have they got Facebook set up, Twitter set up, LinkedIn set up? If they've got it set up, how often are they posting? Okay, we can go and see this stuff. All we have to do is click through to a listing and see if they've got their social media on there. How many backlinks have they got? We just need to use a tool like ahrefs.com to be able to see how many backlinks they've got, what are their best backlinks. And as a result of that, just by analyzing each and every one of those top 10 people, we're able to determine exactly what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about in terms of SEO is a game of poker or nothing more than a game of poker. Okay, and that's how I absolutely do all of my SEO. And I try inside my membership site, Ranking Rabbit, not to teach people a strategy specifically. I try to teach people to think for themselves in terms of a strategy. Like I teach them how they can work out what their own on-page SEO should be. And at least I hope that's what I'm teaching. I'm glad that James Lee's come on tonight, actually. I'm just going to see if I can unmute you, James. I don't know where you are here. Let me just quickly check. James, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Perfect. So the analogy that I use regarding the, and by the way, everybody, this is James Lee. He's just picked up Magic Submitter a short while ago. He's a member of my SEO membership site, Ranking Rabbit. He saw that I was talking about building backlinks to social profiles, etc. in there. So he's picked it up and was asking a couple of questions. James, two reasons why I brought you on. I'll start with this one. First of all, though, the SEO is nothing more than a game of poker analogy. You're familiar with that already, yeah?
Yes, I think that's a very good analogy. You just need to, see what's ranking and do the same.
And you followed that quite largely inside Ranking Rabbit.
Yes, I have. For that one site that I posted today where I got a lot of number 2 rankings for multiple versions of my keyword. Really, the top guy only had a few backlinks, so I only built a few backlinks and just waited time for the citations to fully kick in, and there I am, number 2.
That's it. And really, what you could have done was you could have just kept blasting link after link after link at that website because it was a waiting game. And do you think you'd have number 2 positions all over the place now, or do you think you might have got yourself in trouble with Google?
I probably may have popped up, but I would have, I'm sure, been in trouble with Google at the very least. At the what would probably more than likely have happened also, then I would be playing this game of constantly trying to feed the link machine, and it costs a lot more time and effort, and your rankings go up and down all the time. And basically, that's the position I was in before I joined Ranking Rabbit. I just solely relied on a lot of organic link building, and it was constantly more links, more links, more links. It was like being on crack. You could never get enough. and well, this is just way more stable, a lot less hassle, a lot less money. Just got to be patient and feel confident in the method that you're doing, really.
And I actually got that message up and was looking at it just before we started this webinar. Do you mind if I share my screen in regards to that? I don't know whether you want to keep.
Oh yeah, sure.
Private or not. So this was really exciting for me. Can everybody still see my screen, by the way?
Right. Need to page up a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. So you put a post on there just a few minutes ago. Seems like 4 months is the sweet spot for my first site using Ranking Rabbit method. Would still like to get number 1, but so far good with a good bit of number 2 rankings. So up number 9 for the day, which is 38 for the life. Up number 2, you're up 62 for that. This is pretty impressive. Green all the way along here.
Yeah, and it's just not a one keyword hit wonder here, because the niche is locksmith, which is the most competitive niche actually. And we got auto locksmith, commercial locksmith, residential locksmith. Basically, I created a separate page for each of those. Didn't build any links to those pages, yet there they are.
And they're all ranked very, very well. And looking at this, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 different keywords all ranked in the top 5.
And I swear this site didn't cost me more than $300 of money out of my pocket total.
Using purely the ranking rabbit methods for getting ranked.
Yep, yep. Just some citations. I think I maybe bought one directory link for locksmith. And
Look at
then
that. That's sweet. That up to
$50 for an address from Craigslist. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you said here this is your calls that this has been generating, yeah?
Yeah, just the last 2 weeks, just to give a. I mean, it's not a big city; it's only 200,000 population.
But one call, two call, is that right? There's one call there, one call there.
Yeah, I think it was a total of like 24 in that 2 week period, if you count them all up.
24 transfers, yeah.
Yeah, 24 transfers in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, 24 transfers, and they're selling at $30 a lead.
Right, and it cost me $300. Just had to wait the time.
So that's like $720.
Yeah, if we get him off. But I'm having a little problem with this client. I may fire him.
Yeah, but that puts you in a great position to be able to fire clients, doesn't it? When it's your personal brand.
Yeah, the website's generic. Everything's in our name. Using your method, and I have his business name, but only in a JPEG, and I can very easily swap his name out with somebody else's.
Yeah, that's absolutely incredible, buddy. Like, really, really, I think that is incredible. Let me just ask this question really quickly to everybody that's on the call at the moment, because you're all trying to achieve different things. How many of you are trying to rank your own websites? How many of you are doing client SEO? How many are doing affiliate marketing? Yeah, I'd be interested to know what the spread is right here. My own retail, mostly own sites. You know my sad story. Client on my own lead sites, online marketing. Okay, so a fair mix of people trying to achieve different things right here. Rep management clients, all three. Okay, great stuff. And what I want to do here, this is going to be a bit of a shameless plug, okay? It wasn't supposed to be a shameless plug, but it worked out quite well. This is the first webinar I've ever seen you on, James. Forgive me if you've been on other of the Magic Submitter ones and I've missed you.
Yeah, the reason why I signed up for Magic Submitter, I mean, 4 months is great, but I think I could probably reduce that timeline, I think, by building the links to the citation. So that's what I'm going to achieve next time around.
Exactly, yeah. And there still is a decent amount of uses for Magic Submitter. Let me just show you this quickly, everybody, because this is quite interesting. This is actually what got me in. This has actually got what got me into doing Ranking Rabbit in the first place, actually. Somebody came to me for coaching on Magic Submitter, one-on-one coaching, in April last year, so a year ago. And they said they wanted to use Magic Submitter to get their website to rank. And I explained, look, Magic Submitter is just a small part of the SEO story. Let's go through absolutely everything one-on-one. I'll teach you how to do on-page SEO. I'll teach you how to do keyword research properly. I'll teach you where to get your content from, what plugins you should install, how you should build your social media, how you should build campaigns to the social media, how you create YouTube videos. We basically went through everything that there was to know. He didn't want to, what he wanted me to do was to help him rank the website so that he had something that was his. And basically, this is what happened as a result. Let's say Furnace Repair Edmonton. Now, Furnace Repair Edmonton is a keyword that it gets, Google says it gets an average of 1,300 searches a month. But when furnace season comes in, the last few months of the holidays, going in towards Christmas, that search volume shoots up to about 2,400 searches a month. And look at this, in google.ca, 1,300 is what it says, but it's not, because, in the summer it might be 500 or 600, but there's 2,400 searches plus throughout October, November, December. There's his website and his Google Maps listing rolled into one, which is number one in Google. A Kijiji listing right here. And that was Magic Submitter campaigns thrown at the Kijiji listing, which is a citation site. There's the Yellow Pages. Sorry, that's not the Yellow Pages. Here's a Yelp. Again, that was ranked by sending Magic Submitter campaigns to the Yelp listing. There's the Home Stars listing that goes with it. Yelp and Homestars are citation sites ranked on the first page. So having a quick look at this, he's got the website and the Google Places. He's got Kijiji, so that's free. He's got Yelp is 4, Homestars is 5. For something that between October, November, December got 2,400 searches a month, do you think that's pretty impressive that we was able to use Magic Submitter on that scale to get those citation sites ranked on the first page? Let me just quickly check to see what everybody thinks about that. Certainly, yes. Okay, now let me tell you something about this. This guy, Bob Bees, he's involved in Ranking Rabbit. Okay, based on me doing this with him, he was like, "Wow, this is incredible. I'd love to help you tell other people." I decided that I wasn't going to offer that level of coaching one-on-one anymore. It became very popular when people heard about it. And I'll just tell you this, that website made him $30,000 in leads between September, October, November, and December. $30,000 in leads. Okay, very, very profitable. He sells those at $50 each. 2,400 searches a month. And he's still making money from it now, just a lot less because, you know, people are not turning their bonuses on as much. But so much of this was down to Magic Submitter building to the social profiles rather than directly to the website. What was interesting is he forced me to change the way I use Magic Submitter pointing directly to websites, because our main link building strategy to his website was Magic Submitter. And what happened was he lost some of his rankings as a result of that, because we was going a little bit too crazy with it. So what we did was we fixed his backlink profile. We deleted some of the links that weren't so good. And then as a result of that, we realized that by far the most powerful way of doing this was to get his citations and build up the authority of those. Okay, so this is interesting, because after I did Bob, another guy came to me called Jeff Samis, and he said, "I also need to get something ranked on the first page of Google. Can you teach me everything?" And I said, "I'm going to do the same for you as I did with Bob Bees." And his keyword is Blinds Edmonton, and this gets 880 searches a month. And there's his website, which is #1 in Google Local. And there's his website just underneath the Google Local for Blinds Edmonton too. And here's the reason why I love doing this stuff. I want to show you something now real quick. He sent me a testimonial the other day. Let me just go in here, ranking reports and earnings reports. And this is, let me just try and find it. Where's Jeff Samis? Just bear with me 1 second while I try and find his. This is exactly, and you can see I get quite a lot of these things come through, but this is what Jeff Samis said about that. "Hey gang, thought I would give a shameless plug for my buddy James Upjohn. Had a few coaching sessions with James last year, okay, and we were discussing Magic Submitter with regards to ranking a site for my father-in-law, who has been in the interior decorating business for 27 years. Although I know SEO and how to rank, I wanted to shore up some weaknesses I felt I had with on-page optimization, as well as map listings, etc. Okay, after applying what I learned from James, my father-in-law's site is now in spot #2 in organic and #1 in maps for the main keywords. He's now getting roughly 8 to 10 deals a month through the work we've done, which is adding roughly 20K to his bottom line every month. Not only has this obviously totally changed his business, but it's also completely transformed our relationship. To say he's proud and excited by all of this is an understatement. And as a fun side note, I get a percentage of all those sales. Okay, this is absolutely amazing. Yeah, this is exactly why I get spurred on to do this stuff. SEO. What is a citation in the context of MS? I'll explain that to you in a few seconds. SEO, somebody sent me a message on Facebook today. Let me just see if I've still got it in. Yeah, brilliant. Somebody put a post in entrepreneur.com, and somebody sent me a Facebook message about this. The top 4 reasons SEO is dead. Look at this. SEO is dead. Okay. And here's the reach. Organic reach is down. People want what their friends have. Mobile apps and niche social networks are taking market share. Facebook has faces. Okay. So SEO is dead. Let's all give up and go home. Okay. Jeff Samis, his father-in-law, he's just added 20 grand a month to his bottom line. Bob B's, $30,000 over the last 4 months. Is SEO dead? Well, I personally really don't think that SEO is dead in the slightest. And if we have a look at these ranking reports right here, here's one from Will Marcus. Thank you, James. I've hit #1 in Google for my main keyword. That doesn't look like it's dead to me. Stephen Jones reached the #1 spot for a keyword today that has been hovering around the 3rd to 6th positions. Thank you, James Upjohn. Here's my client. This is really interesting. One of my clients who I do SEO for. In October, their revenue, you can see they got 4,000 sessions to their website and their revenue was $4,800. Okay. And the reason I can get this revenue is because it's an e-commerce site and they've got Google Analytics set up to track sales from Google. They was getting a decent amount of traffic for 4,000 sessions. Okay. However, their conversions for their website weren't great. It wasn't laid out properly. They could definitely do with some help. And this is what happened when I took them on as a client. The following month, they went from $4,800 in revenue to $49,000, and they increased their sessions by another 2,000. Okay. And that was November. And then in March, they was up at $62,000 with nearly 9,000 sessions. From 4,000 in October, roll forward 6 months, they're now doing $62,000. Is SEO dead? No, I don't think it's dead. I use Magic Submitter for a large part of that. So anybody that says, don't use Magic Submitter doesn't work, it's a waste of time. Well, I've got a lot of things here that prove completely contrary to that. Okay. Juliet Johnson is another person. So my guy has gone to #1. Yay. What do I do to keep him here? Just more backlinks, more citations, more question mark. Okay. Is SEO dead? Let me ask you all this question. Should we be focusing on this stuff?
Still the best ROI out there.
That's it, exactly. And I like what Will just said there. Let them keep thinking that. It's our secret weapon. Exactly. For every person that posts an article saying SEO is dead, don't get involved in it. It just makes it easier for everyone else. So definitely, I think that SEO is not dead. Williams just asked, why is Ranking Rabbit a monthly and not a course I can purchase for one-time fee? The reason being is SEO is changing constantly. It's an active community with over 200 members. The Facebook group is alive pretty much every single day with people posting. If Google changes something, Facebook gets involved. There's moral support in there that people are posting. Somebody asks a question, it gets answered. You can see there's lots of posts going on in here. And for those reasons, we keep it as a monthly so that there's ongoing support. But there's updated trainings, there's updated webinars, there's some of the tools that you might use in SEO, Ahrefs, Majestic SEO, SEMrush, Moz. They're all included in that membership price of $67 a month. Okay, Ahrefs on its own is $79. If you sign up to Ranking Rabbit, you get included in a group buy scheme. So as a result of that, just that alone, the tools pay for it, and you get all of this amazing, incredible stuff that comes with it. But most importantly, you'll also be able to join all these other people that all they're doing is following my system for rankings, and you can see how they're ranking as a result. And understand that if Google changes anything, I'll be on it straight away to make sure that that we can respond to that. I just did a video that was talking about how to get clients. Okay, and look at this. If that's impressive, I did a video teaching people go out and try and find clients. And this is what happened. Renita Garrett put a post Sold. My proposal meeting went splendidly. SEO services, $2,600 initial investment and $1,200 monthly. Thanks James Upjohn for the courage to earn while learning from Sunday's Webby. Now to learning. Okay, $2,600 a month. Cara Steck. So I wanted to share the great news. I just collected a check for $1,000 for my first month of services. So totally pumped. Big thank you to James Upjohn for coaching me through the sale and giving me the confidence to approach the client. This is all stuff that you can find in Ranking Rabbit that I teach to people to just try and make some money online. I 100% believe in Magic Submitter. You should have it. Just be very, very careful about how you use it. It should be incorporated as part of an overall strategy and by no means be a strategy in its own right. And if you follow that, you're going to get these kind of results. I absolutely love it. It's rankingrabbit.com, and I would love it because it's my own membership site. However, we've got a great community going on. There's currently 251 people inside the Facebook group. And like you say, it's very, very, very active. Lots of stuff being shared, lots of great stories. Most importantly, loads and loads of testimonials. So, anyway, back to what we were talking about. I got a little bit sidetracked there. Sorry about that. If I haven't answered any of your other questions, that's just to go back to, just to round that off. My whole point of showing you that was just to say to you, Magic Submitter is definitely working, is still helping lots of people rank. SEO is definitely not dead. It's still working incredibly well. And I really want to encourage every single one of you to not lose faith in Magic, not lose faith in SEO. There's still plenty of money to be made, and there's definitely still lots of rankings to be had. So if I haven't answered your questions, make sure you post them again. What theme is that on the RR site? It's nice. That's Optimized Press theme. I love Optimized Press. It's very, very simple and easy to use. And I think it was either 197 or 297. If I don't have or don't want to make public my Facebook page, can I still get the most out of Ranking Rabbit? 100%, because you could just create a second Facebook account and just log into that if you ever want to post anything in Ranking Rabbit. What about posting to Craigslist? You can't do that with Ranking Rabbit. However, let me tell you something else that you can do with Magic Submitter. You don't really see Craigslist ads ranking in Google so much anymore, but there are some things that I have seen ranking incredibly well. Yahoo Answers. Okay, if we go to Google and we type in something like how to stop my dog peeing, let's say in his crate. Let's just take a quick look here. Like you've got here, dogforums.com. So Google obviously likes dog forums. This post is from 2006. It's quite old, but you've got WikiHow, Metafilter. You've got Yahoo Answers down here. Okay, and then let me just change this to how do I stop my dog peeing? Let's say on my bed. Let's just take a look to see if there's anything here. No, there's nothing on the first page for that for Yahoo Answers. Let's just see what else there is. On my rug. Is there anything here for Yahoo Answers? No, but there's another dog chat forum. Dogforum.com showing up again, which is really interesting. We've got Askville, which is on Amazon. This is what was known as, but there's Yahoo Answers. This is what's known as bum marketing. Okay, my windows have condensation. Where am I? I'm in google.com. Maybe this will work better if I'm in google.co.uk for the types of questions I'm asking. My windows have condensation between panes. Let's try that one. Again, another forum showing up. Whenever you ask Google questions, how do I stop? Let's just pick one of these. My eye from twitching. webmd.com. But look, again, WikiHow showing up, about.com showing up. These types of sites allow you to post content to them. So this was what we used to call bum marketing. And the reason it was called bum marketing is because you could actually take a bum off of the street and you could teach them this method and they'll be able to do it. It doesn't take any previous skills or knowledge in SEO to be able to do this, or even very many skills in operating a computer. Okay, so if we was to ask Google a question, and we was to find sites like Yahoo Answers or about.com showing up, what we could do is we could put a post on there like that. How do I stop my dog peeing on my carpet? We could put a post on there where we actually ask that question. Okay, what we would do is we would go to the AdWords keyword tool, and let me just go to the keyword planner. And all of you think about doing this for your own websites as well, because this is pretty cool to do this. Ask a question: how to stop dog peeing. Scroll down, and you can do this for your own. How do I recruit more people for my business, or how do I fix viruses on my computer? How to stop a dog from peeing in the house. 880 searches a month. You could go to Yahoo Answers and you could create a question under an account. How do I stop the dog peeing in the house? And you could write the question as though you're a concerned person that has got a dog that keeps peeing in your house and you're upset about it. Yeah? Sign in with a different account and answer that question. And what you could do is you could stick a link to your website as the source of that information. And that could be your website's got affiliate links on it. It could have an affiliate program. It could have a membership site. It could just go to a form to get them to sign up for more information. Okay. But ultimately, because you sign in with the second one and you say it as the best answer, your answer is now always going to be displayed at the top of that website. So that if you do find a Yahoo Answers in the search results, let's just see what how-to questions there are. How to print screen on Mac. Okay, Google's given us the answer right there. So, but again, there's a Google, an Apple, what's his name there? But let me just how to. We probably need to how to cure. I don't know whether this a sore throat. This is probably going to bring up a lot of medicine type sites. But let's just take a quick look. Let me just scroll down real quick. WikiHow's in there. Now this site here, WikiHow, the title of this says 3 ways to get rid of a sore throat. If you was to create a WikiHow article, you could title it "How to Cure a Sore Throat." Let me click through to this and see. I can go to ahrefs.com, how many backlinks and what is page authority and everything else is. How many backlinks are there going to this particular page of the website? Not very many. It's got 35 referring domains, 199 links. The domain rank's very strong. It has been shared a bit on social properties, but that's nothing that you couldn't fake with a social sharing service, or you could actually share it properly and get people to like it. But that's not a lot of backlinks. And what was the question I asked? Let me just head back. How to cure a sore throat. Let me just quickly check. How to cure a sore throat. We're probably going to see now I don't get any searches. 27,100 searches a month. Okay. Now, if you were to properly SEO that and you were to chuck a magic submitter campaign or two at it, you could pretty much get that to rank on the strength of the fact that this is a very, very high quality site. Okay. So here's all of the different remedies for doing that, etc., etc. Very, very good. Put some content in there about why people should visit you. And, you know, sources and citations. Can you see them all down at the bottom here? You could stick a link to your website, which contain your affiliate links or anything else. So this type of marketing, very easy way for you to be able to rank some very, very good quality properties on the first page and send lots of traffic through to your website as a result. Again, this kind of thing for whoever it was that asked, sorry, I've forgotten your name, but this kind of thing you can use for your reputation marketing as well, making sure that you're signing up to these very good quality sites, getting the keywords in there, chucking some magic campaigns at them. Anyone got any final questions? We've gone over by about 15 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up in a couple of minutes, but I'd be interested to see if anybody else has got any other questions at all. Looks like no other questions. What I want to say is I'll get this recording up. Next time I'll make sure that I've got Magic Submitter open and all set up and ready to go before we start. If we've submitted our links to the backlink submitter the first time, can we resubmit the backlinks index after 60 days and keep repeating the process? Yeah, what you could do is you could get a tool like Scrapebox to check to see which of your links have been indexed and which ones haven't. And those that haven't been indexed, you could definitely think about resubmitting them again if you wanted to. To do that, you would just log into Backlinks Indexer and just submit them manually. Just copy and paste those that are not indexed and do that. You definitely can. There's no harm in trying to get them re-indexed for a second or third time. So everyone, I really appreciate you all coming along this evening. If any of you are interested, you can head over to rankingrabbit.com. On Ranking Rabbit, I'll teach you how to do all of the things that we discussed in here. If you're not sure about how to properly do your on-page or your relevance, page load speeds, plugins, I can teach you that. I'll show you how to set up all of your social properties properly, how to link them all together. I talk to you about some absolutely brilliant link building techniques. I even go into some details about call tracking and how to set up your websites from different themes to use. There's lots of info in there. There's a couple of videos on Magic Submitter where I go through a full campaign from start to finish, and I share the campaign templates that I like to use, and you also get access to those bonus tools as well. So I really appreciate every single one of you coming along, and I look forward to connecting with you all next week. And James, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate you doing that.
Thank you, James.
No problem at all, buddy. It was a pleasure connecting with you. So once again, thank you, everybody. All take care, and I look forward to connecting with you all next week. Not next week, next month. Cheers, everyone. Good night. God bless.